Inside 6 Yarns is proudly supported by 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
For more information, visit their website at 1951goalkeepercoaching.com.au.
Or you can find them on Facebook.
Or Instagram.
At 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
Links are in the description below.
Yes. Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Inside 6 Yarns. I'm your host YEATESY, all the way from Belmont, and with me as always, by the magical technology by the phone, is my co-host...
Mr. Tommygun.
Yes, he is hogging all the camera. He told me, he said, Luke, I need time for my modelling career and I want to be on the camera myself, so... How you been, Tommy? How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. It feels a bit weird doing this all through the mobile and stuff like that.
It does. It feels like I've been naughty for some reason,
mate. It just feels like you're being super lazy and lazy. Just can't be bothered coming down to Piara Waters.
What was I going to say? Well, it does feel very weird, and There's probably a little bit of laziness, and things come up and. Speaking of things come up, obviously we've obviously just recently heard the bad news about our dear friend and your first team coach, Mr. Rod Banjak, passing away, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that was a massive blow to the team, mate. That was huge, and I stayed back after training on that Tuesday night just to have a chat with him about my finger and about how we wanted to go ahead with it, and I think I was the last, player to talk to him, and it's just unbelievable, man. Like nobody expected that, so that was
no. Well, you don't, do you? Like you look at his photo that they put up, and he's just a young, good-looking specimen. Like it's such a surprise, and I think it has hit the football community. Not only in WA but Australia worldwide, across Australia, because the amount of respect and condolences that are coming through that you see on Facebook, it's incredible.
Yeah, like it just shows you what kind of person that he was, and it just shows you, how much of a lively person and how deeply embedded into the WA football community he was. And that just showed by the response on social media, and it was amazing to see the response and the people wearing, the minute silences that were going around, and the armbands and the black tape coming out, and it was beautiful to see, and he will be very missed, and I think
he will be, mate.
I think we'll just dedicate this little episode of Inside 6 Yarns to old Rod.
I think so, or Rodney. Okay.
Or Rodney.
Yeah. We did us Curtin boys. Well, our president did a bit of a write up. In our booklet that we do every home game about Rod. Actually, one of our coaches before the game on Saturday actually called him up and left him a voice message, just to have a chat, and I don't know. I think that's how some people deal with that type of loss. And he said something, our coach, to us, just before we played, and he said how quick it can just go away. 1 minute you're there, and next minute you're not. So, you really got to treasure the moment you live in, the people you're with, and it was pretty. I don't know, it definitely tugged on the heartstrings for me on Saturday playing. I couldn't imagine what was going through your boy's head. Like, my thoughts were going out to you, man, when I was playing. I was really wanted the game to hurry up so I could quickly send you a message and see what's going on.
Yeah, man, it was that's probably one of the most emotional games I've ever played in my life. Playing with such purpose and playing with your fellow teammates who just, we all just wanted to go out there and do Rod proud, and it felt like it felt like when they pulled us into the change rooms after it all happened, and they went, do you guys still want to play? And it's like we of course want to play, but it's like we don't want to go out there and play a tribute match and then and then play terribly. That's not what you want to do, and it sucks. But like, I feel like even on our best day, there's no way we could do a guy like Rod justice. So I think we just had to go out there and get the 3 points, get the win, and I think then we kind of used that as a bit of motivation, not just for this game, but I think for the rest of the season. Yeah, I think for the rest of my football career, to be honest, I'm gonna have to. I'll definitely keep a special place in my heart for Rod. I wouldn't probably be in the state league this year if it weren't for him.
Yeah.
And a few other people as well, definitely in my life. But definitely he's got a special place in my heart. And I think a lot of people feel that way, same way as well.
I was going to say, Tommy, I think definitely. I think he's in a lot of people's hearts. He's made a big impact to a lot of people. I myself, I had the pleasure meeting him and spending time with him down at the Forestville United Soccer Club. And a lot of boys down there are just devastated and stuff. So, but look, I'm really happy that you boys won. That would have been an amazing feeling in the change room. Not only to do Rod proud, but also to come out with 3 points, because you guys both won, didn't you? Resi's in first.
Yeah, so Resi's won 2-1, and then the first team won 3-2. So it was that. But to be honest, mate, like that feeling of relief when that final whistle went, it was like, you just
like a weight's kind of lifted off your shoulder just that little bit.
So it was definitely something special, and something that I'm definitely going to remember for the rest of my football career for sure. And even just watching on the sidelines for first team, and I was sitting on the bench, and when I was watching a few of the guys play, and you could tell, these boys are playing with their hearts on their sleeves. And, for people like Liam Merrigan and stuff like that, when he scored the second goal, and the emotion, the pure emotion that I saw when that guy celebrated it. Basically on the verge of crying when he scored a goal. It was,
that's amazing.
Like
I know he's known Rod for quite a while, because he was part of the Forestfield team there when Rod was coaching. Was head coach there. I wish that I could have doubled myself and come watch that game, because that would have been really, really good.
It was big. It was a really special game. There was lots of Forest supporters down there. There was a lot of big Donella support. It was it was amazing. It's just there was no other way to describe it. And I think it's going to be the same this week. We've got Kelmscott home.
Oh, yep.
So I think a first home game as well. It's going to be a big game, and I think it's going to be the same. I think it's not going to be something that's just going to be a 1 week thing. I think this is going to be something that's definitely that's definitely going to carry on throughout the season.
Definitely.
And if I had it my way, I'd probably play with my black armband every week, to be honest.
Look, I wouldn't see why not, mate. It's he's always going to be there. You're always going to be thinking of him. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, it was awesome. Awesome experience. Glad that we could get the win, and I'm really looking forward to this week, mate. But how did the weekend go for you?
Well, the reserves ended up drawing, so 1-1. Came back in the second half to get the draw.
Is that who'd you play against? Karamar Shamrock?
Karamar, yeah. So
tough team.
They are a tough team. They're a physical team.
Yeah.
Look, it was a tough battle. We went up 1-0 in the 58th second of the first half. We went up 1-0.
That's quick.
It's a quick goal. Very, very quick goal.
Talk about like your defense, like not really like waking up, and sometimes when you concede early, you're like shit. Like it's not like, it's one of them things that like,
it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it, Tommy? Because like one from and it's from both teams. It's like if you score early, that puts a lot of pressure on the team to defend for that first,
correct,
say 45 minutes. And then the opposite, if you concede early, that's 45 minutes of pressure that you've got to put on and try and score.
Exactly, yeah.
And the momentum of the other team that have scored, trying to counteract that, it is quite a task.
Yeah, you're bang on there, mate. They're bang on. It's bloody hard. And, You know, like we've talked to many goalkeepers about it, about, you know, conceding early in games and conceding goals and how that actually affects you mentally as a goalkeeper as well. But I think, you know, it's a bloody good effort as a goalkeeper if you concede really early and then actually go on to keep a clean sheet for the rest of the match. Because essentially, if you concede that early, you're conceding within the first minute, you're essentially keeping a clean sheet from like nearly the whole match.
90 minutes. Let's just say roughly 90 minutes.
Yeah. So like it's
give and take injury time.
Yeah, it's a good effort, I reckon. So like it's and I think it's a very good testament to Karama to be able to fight back there. But I wouldn't expect anything different from that side. They're
so they are
bloody good side.
They got a penalty in the, I think it was like the 46th minute in injury time. So the guy went to the left. I saved it.
You dived to the left, so yeah, you would have saved that. Yeah,
saved it. It hit, because I thought it was actually going to go further. It hit my knee, and it bounced perfectly to him in the centre to the penalty box. And he's headed it to my right. I've got up, and I think I might have got fingers to it. It was just so quick.
I hate that. I hate that. So you've made the save, and it's just the unfortunate the saves went straight back to him.
Yeah, it just wasn't just that quick. So I'm going to be working on that.
That's painful. But that's like I don't know how you can work on that, man. Saves. Like it's like the only thing you can really work on is just your recovery, so as in like getting up quickly. But like,
I definitely think that's what. But it was a very well composed header that he finished. Like I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah,
good goal. Then second half we scored again to make it 2-1. And then unfortunately, I think it was in the 80th minute, they scored.
So that was to get it 2-2 was finished?
2-2, yeah. But in the second half, I got peppered with shots.
Yeah.
I think I did well. But the second goal, I know we've spoken about this offline.
Yeah.
But there was a few incidents that happened before that, but I definitely think I could have done better.
Yep.
With it. But look, it was a tough game. Sometimes the draws that feel like a loss are the best draws because it ruins your losing streak and it's just going to try and push you further and harder to try and get that big win.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And look, to be honest, Karama is a good team to get a draw against. You know, like our first team, I think they lost against them as well. So, definitely. I think I lost 1-0. My Resi squad lost 1-0 to Karama. Okay. So they're a tough physical squad.
I tell you what, though, and look, they complained about everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I tell you what, I feel sorry for the referees. Oh, I got a yellow card too on the weekend.
Oh, that's unlike you, Yatesy.
Yeah, I know,
mate. What happened?
Apparently, time wasting.
Oh, that'll chestnut.
To be perfectly honest with you, I had no idea what was going on. It was an offside call.
Yeah.
My centre back's gone to the right. Then there was 2 balls on the pitch.
Yeah.
So I've kicked one away, and he's kicked one away because he didn't see me kicking it, and I didn't see him kick it. We finally got the ball back, and then I kicked it to my centre back who was on the right, which I thought was where the free kick was meant to be taken. And apparently it wasn't. It was meant to be in the middle somewhere, and the ref gave me a yellow card.
Classic. So it's just a bit of misunderstanding, but
misunderstanding. Look, and at the end of the day,
wink. Nudge,
yeah, I think he kind of had to give it to me because they were carrying on.
Yeah, but like I think it's just the banter of the game. And it definitely said must be an Irish thing, I reckon.
Yeah, I had a joke with the referee afterwards and apologised to him, and I said, look, legitimately, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
but look, there's no hard feelings, even though it doesn't matter because it's already written up. But
yeah. No,
that'll be a good fine for me this week. So
yellow card for time wasting. Isn't that like the goalkeeper, like your goalkeeper's job though, to time waste when it comes to certain times?
Yeah, well, it's like you don't. To be honest with you, like mentally, I don't, and I'm not sure if you do this as well, but I don't necessarily do it on purpose. I do the thing, when the ball's rolling to you, I'll stop it. I even think I juggled it a couple of times.
Yeah.
On Saturday, which is silly because that's just asking for trouble. But slowing the game down in that aspect. But when it comes to goal kicks, I like to take my time with them because I don't want to
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mess it up. But that's not necessarily time waste. Well, I guess in the other eyes it is seen as it. But for me, I don't think of it that way. But what about yourself? Do you do that with your goal kicks? Like take your time or?
Me, I've got, look, goal kicks is something that I've always kind of struggled with. Like, 'cause I'm quite small. I don't have the big levers like you, mate. So for me, my technique has to be quite spot on with regards to getting that distance. So for me, if I'm going long, it's a structured kick for me. It's a six steps back, 2 steps to the side. I place the ball down. First. I line up my standing foot exactly where I want my planning foot to be, and then I take 6 steps back, 2 steps to the side, and I keep my eyes on the ball and make sure I kick through it. I
sound like Johnny Wilkerson taking the the rugby kicks, mate.
It's quite specific, but like it's one of them things that when I really started honing it down at training, I found that being consistent with my steps, being consistent with my movements. So when it gets to game day, you just resort back to habits and you resort back to what works. So for me, that was a big part of it, and I found my goal kicks improving and being a lot more consistent.
It's a real hard, like with goal kicks, it sounds so simple, like put your foot through the ball, kick it as far as possible and aim for a player that's on your team.
Correct.
Tell you what, the second half for me, I kept hitting the smallest guy on our team. I think like 4 kicks in a row. It was perfect for him.
Yeah.
And my coach was like, Luke, why are you aiming to him? He's the smallest guy on the team. I was like, I'm not aiming for him.
It's just the ball's attracted to him.
It just wouldn't leave him alone. And of course, you had like a 7-foot guy marking him.
Yeah.
But the highlight for me on the weekend was actually setting up our second goal to make it 2-1. The guys crossed it from the left-hand side.
Yep.
I've drove out. I'm pretty sure it was outside the 6-yard box. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look at the footage. I caught it.
Yep.
Got up, saw our striker running. Also, a group of our players running. Drop punted it. It was a flick on, and then we scored from it.
Loves it.
So it was like a set piece, which was good, and to be part of that build-up play to score, and also making an effective save, 2 hands clean, and then distributing it out wide. That was,
I think
that was saucy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I've always believed in the cleanliness of a save, having like a clean save, and then getting straight into like a distribution where you're going off onto a counter attack.
Yeah,
love it. I absolutely love that as a goalkeeper. When I'm just straight up, I'm the first one up, and you're just looking straight away. You're looking to palm that ball off straight away onto that counter attack, and you just want to be a part of it.
I'll tell you what, there was a couple of seconds of like, oh my gosh, I just caught this. All right, what's next?
You were surprised at yourself, were you?
Yeah, well, like I've gone for it, and I was like, there's 2 things that happen. One, I'm going to catch it, or I'm going to get enough of a touch because it went through about 3 or 4 players.
Oh, okay.
So I was worried that there was going to be like a little bit of deflection. So but I've kept my eyes on the ball and caught it, but. It was a good moment.
Yeah. You live for the moments, mate. You just live for the moments.
I do, and there was a couple of good saves, but I tell you what, the next day, I'm not sure how you felt on Sunday, but my body was sore. Lots of diving around, falling on the ground all the time, and it's probably a lot, a higher for me falling on the ground. But
age catching up with you, mate, or
I don't know. I think I just throw myself around too much. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't expect, you watch the pros and how they land, they just make it look so effortless.
They do, mate. And look, it's the true athletes, they do it day in, day out. Obviously, this is our part-time jobs, we still full-time work as well, on top of, being semi-professional goalkeepers. It's hard. And it's not easy, and it does take its toll on the body. And and it doesn't help when you're playing with one finger down like me on the weekend. And
yeah. So how did you go with that, Tommy? I was waiting for a moment to ask this, and I think this is best.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, mate. Like, so for those of the viewers that probably aren't aware, I had an accident Monday at work.
Sorry,
Yates's having a good laugh because he's like, who gave Tommy a power tool? So I was working with a drill, and then the drill bit snapped, and I've put the drill straight through my middle finger. Luckily, I missed the bone and stuff like that. I got the artery, so I just had surgery that night, got it fixed up. But obviously, as a goalkeeper, when you're doing saves and stuff like that, it's not the best to have this big bandage around my finger. But luckily, the big bandage came off on the Friday. And I got it.
So you didn't use the bigger glove?
Nah, the big bandage came off on the Friday. I went to see a hand specialist or whatever, and they wrapped it up in a lot thinner bandage. They cleaned it up, and then they just basically told me what I needed to do to for the rehab of it. And
don't play football. What'd you say? I'm not playing football. What are you on about?
Basically, just keep it easy, but just keep moving it a little bit. Like no big impacts, like putting your hand in front of soccer balls and stuff like that. Probably not a bad idea. But look, in the scale of things, I probably wouldn't have played. But given the circumstances of that last week, with Rod and with my uncle passing away as well, there was no way I wasn't getting out on that pitch because, one, it would be, for me, it'd be a disrespectful thing to do, and the second thing would be the fact that I would only just stew around at home feeling crap anyway. Or just,
and even if you went and watched,
I'd just be spewing. I'd be spewing on the sidelines, going, "Why am I not playing? I should be playing." So that's just me. And knowing me, I've made the best decision for me, and I felt like I played a really good game. It was a good win for us, 2-1. It was 1-1 for quite some time. And when it was at 1-1, I did pull off a really good save to my bottom right near post. He's kind of caught me off guard a little bit. And then, I've kind of just, I've just got down low nice and quick and, got my two hands to it and made a nice clean save. So, at the time it was kind of just like, it's just another save for me. But then, when it's at 1-1, you're not really thinking about that. And then eventually, when we hit 2-1 up and I'm like, holy crap, I'm glad I made that save because all of a sudden, that save was what made the difference between, 1 point and 3 points.
Just to touch on something you said there, Tommy, just with the two-hand save, it's a very we know that Stu coaches when he coaches us, he always says two hands.
Yeah,
and it's funny you watch all the pros and professionals do the one-hand saves. De Gea, Edison's, all those boys.
The miracle saves. Yep,
the miracle saves with the one hand.
Yep.
But it's so crucial to have those two hands out. Like, it's how many times in training or in games have you put one hand out to make a save and it's just like clipped it and gone in or ricocheted off and gone in?
Yeah, for me, it's about technique and it's about, for me, goalkeeping has always been about the basics and doing the basics well. So I found that in games when I've got my positioning right and when I'm doing the right things, most of the shots are within my range or within my area. So I should be able to get two hands to it. But, and, when you see all these highlights of these worldie saves and stuff like that, fair enough, but you're not really expected to get them saves. For me,
exactly.
I'm going to make sure that them saves that I can make, I'm going to make sure I definitely make them. And they're the saves that, that are within your area and that you're going to make two hands to, and I'm going to make sure that they're clean. So that, there's no chance of a potential bounce out or anything like that. And I think you've had it before, Yatesy, as well, when, you've had that save that is supposed to be that routine, and something's quite not failed in your technique and it's kind of bounced out and you've had that striker come in and just had an easy tap in, or and you just get so angry because all of these saves that you should have cleanly put away. And that's why when we do train, we train hard on technique as goalkeepers, because you want to make sure that that easy save that you want to make, you make it 10 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, not 8 times out of 10. It's 10 times out of 10, because you guarantee that will be the one that you get remembered for.
Exactly.
That one routine save that you screwed up. So
I guess it's like saying that with a midfielder or a defender. Making those 5 or 10 yard passes. 99, like 100% of the time, or if you're a striker, having that really good percentage of that first time finish, or shots on target. So it's these things here that that's why, like I said, that technique with 2 hands is very, very important.
Yeah, for
very
sure.
crucial.
And when we do coaching, and I've coached a few of the young ones at Dinella, and it's all about technique. It's all about getting them basics down packed, and sometimes it can be a little bit boring, and a bit basic, but I tell you what, it pays dividends.
Oh, definitely.
And it's exactly what pros are doing as well. They're not doing over elaborate training. They're working on the basic stuff and making sure that they make them saves 10 times out of 10.
Yeah. Well, remember we watched that, was it the second or third episode we did, Tommy, and we watched the England with Pickford and all that, and Foster doing those saves. Like that stuff, the technique on those boys, and that's what the trainer was saying.
Yeah.
Is exactly. That technique.
Yeah. And it wasn't, and the drills that they were doing weren't like extremely elaborate, jump over this bench, do a front flip, any of that stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's none of that. It's all about working on technique and improving yourself as a goalkeeper that way. And I think that's why.
Position too.
Yeah, and I think that's why. If I'm not sure if you noticed this, but on the YouTube, that's why this modern day GK YouTuber gets a bit of slack. Have you seen that?
I'm not 100%. I probably have. Is that the one that he like dives in the water, or like does these massive saves over?
Yeah, it's the modern day GK goalkeeper channel, and I
think I have.
There's a lot. He gets a lot of hate from other goalkeepers just based on his content, because his content's 99% big, huge top bin saves and unrealistic drills, and it's all about fanciness, and it's not about.
So he should be playing in the Spanish league, or.
Well, that's the funny thing. I don't even think he's a professional goalkeeper or a semi-professional goalkeeper. He just does training, and I think that was the biggest annoying bit about it. And I think like one of his quotes that got really went viral was the fact that he said it's above a professional level, or something like that. And for professionals, and for me and you, Yatesy, as well, being part-time professionals, we have the utmost respect for people that play full-time goalkeepers and that have taken that step and that commitment to themselves to go that next level. We have the utmost respect for and we'll never say that we are full-time professional goalkeepers unless we are. Because it takes,
which would be nice.
It takes an amazing amount of commitment and dedication to be able to make it to that level, and
also that mental side too. Like I think,
I
remember we're talking about that. I think it was Tim Howard, that thing we watched. This was offline again, but just how he talks through like the mental battles that he has.
Yeah, and it's
and he's quite a credited goalkeeper, Tim Howard.
Yeah, man, like it's such a, we think of the pressures that we face in a Saturday league, WA, Western Australia, State League 2, Can you imagine the pressures faced by, these boys playing in, the Premier League, playing in front of thousands and thousands of fans, that if you make the smallest mistake, these fans are going to rip you to shreds.
Oh, yeah.
And especially as a goalkeeper, we know that one little mistake can cost a team.
Do you find that as goalkeepers, we, especially in the State League, do you find that we get a little bit of heckle from the fans? Do you find that you get more?
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I got heckled on the weekend, which I thought was quite funny. It was a bit of a giggle.
I think it's always down to the crowd, and it's also up to the goalkeeper as well. If you make sometimes you'll just get heckled no matter what, but sometimes if you give them a reason to heckle you, you will suffer it, because we have, especially again, our first team got a bit lucky on the weekend with a bit of a dodgy pass back and a few little dodgy pieces of play from the Gosnells first team keeper.
Yeah.
And as soon as the crowd picks up on that very, very quickly, and as soon as they notice that you might not be as good as your feet as you should be, the crowd picks up on it, man. And every time that goalkeeper got the ball, the crowd was going, oh, like it's,
I got one on the weekend. I don't know what, it was a bit windy yesterday. That's my excuse, but it's no excuse. I kicked the ball out from a goal kick. Which is, if people know me, it's a typical Yatesy.
Yeah.
I am known to do it a few times and then it stops.
Yeah.
And I think I kicked it out. I think it was twice. And then there was only one guy in the opposite team on the other side, it's a supporter, sorry. And he was like, "Oh, you're going to keep it inside this time, keeper?" And then when he said that on the third time, it was a perfect pass. And I gave him a thumbs up. I was like, that's cool. And then every time I took my goal kick, he's like, "Oh." Yeah. But I think, like we said, it's
just a banter. It's just a bit of banter.
It's banter, and you have to, if you don't want it, if it's annoying, you just ignore it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like for me, that's a bit of a giggle. I'll give him a thumbs up. And after the game, he said I played well. We shook hands, had a laugh, and that's fine.
It's just it is a part of the game these days as well.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I'm definitely For me, it's always. I always notice that as soon as you give the fans bait, you give them something to. You give them something, and they notice it, and they're like, "Oh yes, okay, we're gonna taunt this keeper now."
I think Cyril used to throw out a bit of bait in the fishing line back in the day. What do you reckon?
Oh yes.
There were some good moments. I think it was.
Oh yes.
Good times. Good times.
Oh, he's doing all right. Old Armadale, old Cyril.
Yeah, back at his home ground now. So
yeah, it'd be nice we're gonna have to get him back on the show to let us know.
Agreed.
How he's going.
Have a chat with him. So I reckon he'd be happy to be back there. The Armadale Army down there would be happy to have him back. And just the experience that he brings to the team as well.
Oh, for sure. I think just the just for him, just the presence, and he loves the crowd there in the Army there when we talked to him about it. And for him it was it was just, I think there's the first team that he played for when he moved over, and I think that's got us, it's just one of the things, you get, sometimes you just have a team or something that you gets a special place in your heart, and I think that's what he said. And as soon as he had the opportunity to go back, I think he leapt at it, and I don't blame him. Definitely don't blame him.
Why not?
But yeah, definitely look forward to having we'll definitely get him back on the show and have a bit of a chat. But yeah, we are also live as well. For this is an actual. I think it's successful. I think we're doing a successful live stream for a change.
It's not, you know why it's successful, Tommy? Because I'm not on the camera. That's probably why. I'm probably jinxed you. That's probably what it is.
That's probably what it is, mate. Yeah, because it works when it's just me.
Yeah. Speaking of people that we had on our show,
yes,
we at Curtin are going to be coached by the one and only Nick Stone tomorrow.
Okay, so Nick Stone's taken over the role for Stu at at Curtin.
Yeah, so Stu's still involved.
Yes,
he's just taken a bit of a break at the moment, and we're going to have Nick Stone for a couple of days, or for a couple of weeks, from my understanding, and he'll be taking the goalkeeper sessions.
Right. Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really good to because he does. I have trained with him a couple of times at Curtin.
Yeah,
because he comes down to help Stu out.
Yeah.
And it's been good. So it's going to be very interesting to see what drills he's got us to do. He did mention one, and this is the one he mentioned on an episode, the one where you diving forwards for the whole pitch and then back again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that one, and it's not fun.
So there was a bit of a joke going around through our podcast at Curtin about talking about that one.
Okay.
And I said to him, I'll do it. So hopefully we get to do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, cool.
Look, it's not fun, but I definitely think for fitness and it's a good way to cement that technique like what we spoke about before.
Yeah, for sure. It's it's definitely one of them drills that, like, you know, during it you're definitely in a world of hurt, but afterwards you're kind of like, that was good. You know, you know, you definitely reap the rewards from it, and you'll enjoy it. But definitely, and you won't enjoy it at the same time.
There's nothing better than that feeling of a session when you're a goalkeeper, or just a normal session with the lads. You know, you're training, and you know you work hard, you're sweating, everyone else is sweating.
Yeah.
Your body's sore, and you're like, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, man. Like, I do. Like, I sweat a lot, so I do love, you know, getting a big sweat on in the goalkeeper sessions, and you're all muddy, and you know, I'm definitely I'm a big fan of, you know, you train hard, you know, till you're exhausted, and then you go in, you have a shower, you know, you get dressed, and then you have a chat to the lads afterwards, and you maybe have a beer or have a drink or whatever. You know, I'm a big fan of. I love. You know, I'm a big fan of train hard, play hard. So, you know, you train how you play. You know, if you just rock up to training and you're like, oh, whatever, and then, you know, you expect just to randomly turn that on game day, then, you know, if you can do that, then freaking kudos to you. But I can't do that. I need to train and play, and I need to have the same mentality. What about you, Yatesy?
Look, I always remember, and I actually think it's Rod that said it, and another coach, you train the way you play.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you train, you just rock up and you just knock the ball around, you know, lazy saves or make mistakes, and you're going, whatever, and keep going.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to play on a Saturday or a Sunday. But if you rock up professional, you know, you're dressed in your attire, what you need to train, you know, you're in the change room before the coach wants you to be there. Like, if you do all these things when it comes to game day, when you step on that pitch and that whistle blows to play, it just, and it shows too. Like, I think we probably know a couple of people in our lives, Tommy, that are like that playing football. They're just lazy, you know, knocking the ball around, don't really care at training. And it shows on the pitch.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It shows on the pitch, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, and look, it is one of them things that is like, you know, I think it's one of them. It's an attitude thing, and I think, and you do, and we do, and we have played with, and we know of goalkeepers that don't have the best attitudes, and it reflects, in their games and where they are. So, you know, I believe that, you know, the better attitude that you act towards it, you know, you're going to improve more, you're going to play better, and you're just going to improve as a person and as a goalkeeper as well.
Agreed.
For sure. But moving on from that, mate, I thought you mentioned something to me offline. It was about the Premier League. Is it finished now? It's all done?
Unfortunately, yes, it's done. It's packed and loaded. They had all the game. I'm pretty sure they had majority of all the games yesterday.
Okay.
I know my boys had a 2-0 win. Old United, so that was good.
Oh, Man U. What was the score?
Yeah.
Do you remember the score?
It was 2-0.
2-0. Oh, clean sheet for De Gea. It's been a while since he's had one of them.
Yeah. I've seen the goal. It was a hard one because I watched the first say 20 minutes of it, but as you know, I wake up quite early for work.
Yeah.
But we played Leicester, and I like Kasper Schmeichel. He's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I enjoy watching. So it was a good game to watch because it's two of my favourite keepers and my favourite team.
Yeah.
But the second goal that was scored for United was it was Lingard who scored it, and it was an error by Schmeichels.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the highlights, so talk me through it.
So I think it was late in the second half. I'm talking like 89th minute or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And he's tried to. it looks like he's tried to take on Lingard, or Lindegaard, whatever his name is. He's tried to...
Oh, yeah, Jesse Lingard, yep.
Yeah, try to take him on.
Oh, God.
And
That's
he just got tackled, and it was a good finish. It was a hard finish. But it's... Yeah, I felt sorry for Kasper Schmeichel because he kind of was under pressure, and that was kind of the option that he kind of had. He could have hoofed it first time.
Yeah.
But it's just those unlucky things that
for sure
happen. And you could tell the look on his face. He was like, he said a naughty word.
Yeah. Rhymes with truck.
yeah, rhymes with fire truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where something like that, you do that stuff in training. Those quick passes underneath when an attacker's running at you.
Yeah. It's one of the things that you can, you get away with it at training, but at game day, you always have to play it safe. You can't take risks in the back in game day. And and you see some keepers do it and they get away with it, and it's like, oh, that was awesome. And it's like, but no, it's like, because if that goes wrong, that's the hard thing to teach young kids as well. When you're trying to teach them, it's like, that's not what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing. But I saw De Gea do this, or I saw somebody do this, and you're like, yeah, but these guys are, they're playing at a huge different level, and
they're training 6 days a week, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. So look. And to be honest, that's actually not the first mistake that I've seen Schmeichel's make in the last few weeks. So I remember watching some highlights of him. I do watch him quite a bit, and I remember watching some highlights of him the other week, and he messed up a goal kick. It didn't clear the first defender.
No.
And it's literally just it's gone in the middle, didn't clear the first defender, and it's just come straight back at him, and they've scored off of it. So...
it's very hard, isn't it? Like that's the thing with us as keepers. We make one mistake.
Yep.
And that's it. It's a goal.
What I find the really weird thing, and I'm not sure if I'm the only person that's thinking this, right? I feel that De Gea is the most hated person by the media as a goalkeeper. I feel so bad for him, because. I watch the Premier League highlights as much as I can, and I remember watching the Premier League highlights the other week, and I remember watching, Kasper Schmeichel making a mistake. I remember, our boy Matty Ryan, fumbling a two-hander, and all of a sudden, somebody walks in, and you see, and I can just imagine, and I'm watching this going, if De Gea had made these mistakes, or one of these mistakes, you would be reading about it. It'd be over Facebook. It'd be over, De Gea Howler. It'd be everywhere. But just because it's, people are goalkeepers that, are a little less out of the media per se, and not as much in the picture, and they're not under as much scrutiny, I just feel really bad for him, man. Like,
it is. And funny you should say that, because I actually saw I'm going to hit myself after the Sheffield United goalkeeper that had lended out.
Henderson,
that's it. So they were comparing Henderson and De Gea, and they were saying, should De Gea be replaced by Henderson? And will United keep Henderson? So cut a long story short, so they put up errors leading to goals. So like what we said about goalkeepers making the error.
Yeah.
So, Martin, I don't really want to say his last name. He is the Newcastle goalkeeper.
I can't remember his name, but go ahead.
Martin Dubravka. Look, if I've said it wrong, I do apologise. He's the obviously Newcastle goalkeeper. He has had 5 errors.
Yeah.
That's leading to goal. You got Pickford.
Yeah.
Who's got 4.
Yeah.
And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are all on 3.
Yeah.
And De Gea's, so there's like 1, 2, and the third. De Gea's in it. Edison's on 3.
Yep.
Who else? Fabregas, he's in there.
Yep.
So there's a few people with 3. So it got, like we said, goalkeepers always get criticised and dragged across the coals
Yeah.
because of mistakes. But then, it's one of those crucial positions where if you make that one mistake, or you could have done better, it's
Yeah, I just like I understand it, and I'm not a perfect goalkeeper. I've made mistakes, and I'll still make mistakes, and and if I make a mistake leading to goal, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say, sorry guys, that's my bad, and I'll try and make a few other saves in that game, and I take the blame on that, unfortunately when you get to that next level, there's a little bit more scrutiny attached to it, and I just felt a little. I remember sitting down, just remember feeling a little bit bad for De Gea side of things, because I was like, the boy doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve that. Some of the things that people say about him, and I'd hate to be under that much scrutiny. It would, for me personally, I'm not strong. I don't think I'd be mentally strong enough to be able to deal with that type of scrutiny.
You've actually got to give him a credit too, because obviously, making these mistakes, his goalkeeper coach, and Ollie would be saying, right, this is the errors that you made because, that video edit and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
This is what we need to work on. And I myself, and I'm pretty sure you've been in this situation too, Tommy, where we've made a mistake and we, for the next couple of weeks, we try and improve that and focus on that technique or focus on that thing that we need to work on.
For sure. For sure.
And it is hard because you do go back to old habits.
Yeah. And that's why I stress so much about technique, because I'm a big believer of, if you work on your basics and your technique, your technique will fall through. If you don't work on your technique as much, you'll make them small little mishaps in your technique, which will lead to unforced errors, if you like, and then unforced errors lead to goals that you concede when you really shouldn't be. And especially, when you get to a stage where you are in a semi-professional setup, very rarely do you go into a game where there's lots of goals. Lots of the goals in our games, especially in the last 4 games, for me personally, there's only been maybe 2 or 3 goals in every game. So there's not many goals going around, so you can't give away any free ones. So you need to make sure that that defensive unit is solid and you don't give away anything for free, because if you give away things for free, you're going to lose points.
And really all it takes is one, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It just takes one goal and that's it.
Yeah,
that could be your season, that could be the game, that could be Well,
like take Saturday first team for example. We ended up winning that game 3-2. If and the third goal was essentially given to us. Pass back to the keeper. The keeper's gone and he's taken on, same as what it sounds like for Schmeichel. He's tried to do a Cruyff turn, I think, by the looks of it, and he's tried to flick it back. And our strikers predicted it and put his foot out, and it's literally just he's hit his foot straight into the ball, and the balls went straight into the net. So as a goalkeeper, you'll feel absolutely terrible giving away them goals, and that was the goal that won the game.
Damn.
So that just puts an emphasis on how important it is to keep it safe at the back and not take any risks, because that's what happens.
That's it. Golf. If you're a gambling man, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Or as a good old person once said, you got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them.
That's it.
You got to know when to walk away and know when to run.
That's it. That was a good song.
Do you know the person who sung that song, Yatesy? That is the question.
That is Johnny Cash, isn't it?
No, mate, that is not Johnny Cash.
No, when a phone, no, hold on. Oh, that's embarrassing because, I should know this. My dad's going to hit me when he hears this. You're going to have to tell me, and then I'll just have to take the beating when I get home.
Kenny Rogers, mate.
Kenny Rogers. Oh my gosh, my mum would slap me too after that too.
Good old Kenny Rogers, mate. Classic.
Kenny Rogers, eh?
Yeah.
Speaking of songs and really songs, I guess. We at Curtin we have if you rock up late or whatever, we have a wheel. So you spin the wheel and it has all these different things you have to do, like wash the bibs, wash the kit, do the dishes.
Oh, right. Okay.
A little bit of punishment thing, and
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's on a Thursday. It's so good. Like boys get in, bit of banter.
Yeah.
And one of them is sing a song.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, and no one's got it yet.
No, that'd be funny. Do you guys actually have like a club song?
We do have a club song.
Yeah.
But I mean, the sing a song could be anything.
Yeah, you just sing any song.
My interpretation of it. And I haven't spun the wheel at all yet because I haven't done anything bad enough. But I got a yellow card on the weekend, so
you might have to spin the wheel.
Sure I have to spin this wheel. And I'm a betting man.
Yeah, yes.
I would put money that I think it's number 5 on the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm pretty damn sure that I'm going to spin the wheel.
You're going to get to sing a song.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sing a song.
The good question is, what song are you going to sing, Yatesy?
Well, see, there's many songs out there. As you know, I'm very talented with my vocal range.
Yeah.
All the notes I can hit.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about bringing back a classic, Wheels on the Bus.
Oh.
I'm quite fond of that one. But the other one I thought, as a bit of a joke, would be the Tequila song.
Oh.
Because all you need to do is say tequila.
Yeah,
and tequila.
Tequila.
So, play, or I don't know, maybe a bit of Spice Girls or a bit of Hanson. I'm not sure. It's
a bit of Spice Girls. Spice up your life, mate.
Yeah. To the Moon and Back, the album. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling that's going to be like it's going to be me. No one's got it. No one's rolled it yet, and it's knowing my luck, it'll be me.
That is classic.
So speaking of luck, transition here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to both need a bit of luck if the two people entered this competition we're about to bring up are going to come back this year.
Oh, which competition are you thinking of, mate?
This is the Goalkeeper Wars.
Is it back?
It is back. Officially
back.
Hot to trot, hot off the press. Basil Zamplis is all on it. Everyone's on it. The world's on it. Goalkeeper Wars are back, 2020. I do believe that the applications and all that have started already.
Oh wow! So getting quick. So if you're in WA and you love goalkeeping,
if you're not, you probably can't travel if you're not in WA. If you're from South Australia, Tasmania, wherever you can travel. But it's on 1951 Goalkeeping. It's on their website.
Oh yeah, cool, yep.
Yeah, so jump on there, fill out all the form, and then it'll take you over to the payment there. So you've got your bronze, silver, and gold. So your first one gives you, pretty sure it's just a T-shirt.
Okay.
Second one gives the gloves, the actual Goalkeeper Battle gloves and shirt, which is a really, really nice camo. It looks absolutely killer. The third one, which is a gold, that'll get you obviously your entry. All of them get you entry. You get the gloves, you get the shirt, which you get your personalised name on the back for all the shirts as well.
Yeah.
But you also get a bag.
Oh, a bag.
Which is really, really cool, yeah. And you get a feed as well.
Absolutely loves it. So I'm just pulling up this site now just so I can confirm and we can have a bit of a look. But I'm absolutely stoked about this. The third edition, they're calling it. The third edition.
Third edition.
That's naughty. Okay, so
I've already signed up. So I think I did it. I think 2:00 this afternoon I signed up and did it.
Of course you did, mate. That doesn't surprise me. So yeah, they've got 3 different packages. So the gold, diamond, and platinum. So which one did you grab, mate?
Well, I actually made a mistake.
Oh.
I did the middle one. I actually wanted the
diamond. You got the diamond instead of the platinum.
But I did it on my phone. So when you do on your phone, just take your time with it. Don't rush and get excited like I did. Take your time if you can. click on the top right hand if you've got an Android and make your phone go to desktop site. So that way, if you're on a computer, it's just a little bit easier to navigate and take your time and actually read through and fill it out properly for the guys to make it easier for them. So,
yeah, that's awesome, mate. Mate, we need to sponsor this. I reckon we need to sponsor and get something on the shirt or get a banner down or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I think what we need to do, and it's going to be hard for us.
Yeah.
Because obviously we both are going to be in it.
Yeah.
What we need to do, and we'll have to have a chat with the guys, but if we could commentate on the quarterfinals, until the grand final.
Get like a mic an amp set up and do a bit of commentating.
And record us, do it all. If we can make it live on our channel, which would be awesome. We'll have to sort something out, mate, because we can do the juniors, the women's, and the men's.
Yeah, it would be awesome, mate. I 100% agree, mate.
And we'll have to try and work something out so we can verse each other, because that's going to be fun.
We have to do an Inside Six Yarns battle. It's got to happen, mate. It's just got to happen. The biggest question for me is though, what are the rules going to be? Are we going to go back to old rules, or are we going to stick to the new rules that we played in the revenge battle?
Yeah, see, I really like the first one because I think it really tests not only your skill but your composure and your fitness as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, mate, 100%. I think the second battle, as much as I enjoyed it and how it was a bit bigger and they expanded it, but if we do know that Stu Duncan and Mick Haley are big supporters of Inside Six Yarns, so if they are listening, for the rules, you're gonna have to revert. You have to revert back to the time limit instead. I think
the only thing they do have.
Yeah,
sorry, Tom.
Yeah, no, you're right. But for me, it's just one of them things that's like it brings the intensity back in. I think we lost that in the last round. I think that if we can bring that intensity back, or maybe I think they had it 3 minutes. I think for the first battle, so maybe make it 2 minutes. And then make it as many shots as you can get in, because then that forces the intensity back, and then they're like, oh crap, if I hurry up I can get more shots in, instead of them taking their time. And maybe limit the time limit to how much time they've got. Maybe they've only got like 5 seconds or 6 seconds or something from when they've maintained control of the ball. I don't know.
Yeah, it was hard for them the second year because the influx of goalkeepers coming in. I'm pretty sure that's why they decided to go down that route.
Yeah.
With the shots, just so they could, because the amount of people that applied, and you have all the other different leagues. I think that's the majority reason why. But then
again, with the rule changes, the way that they did it, they were trying to save time, but they ended up not saving time because people were taking longer for their shots and just only having 10 shots or whatever it was. They were taking longer for their 10 shots. But I guarantee if you put a time limit on each one, it will make it easier to gauge the timings for each battle. So you know that it's going to take 2 minutes for the battle. You're going to have maybe 5-minute transitions between matches or anything like that, and you can gauge it a lot easier. So I think it will be a lot easier to do it that way anyway.
But I'm looking forward to versing you, mate. To be honest, it'd be cool to.
I can't wait to get these gloves. They look absolutely amazing.
Ever. And have you noticed what the camo pattern is?
It's actually we will chuck up a picture for all the viewers, but the picture itself of the gloves it's actually goalkeepers forming in different shades of grey to form a camouflage pattern, but it's a goalkeeper outline, which is an amazing idea.
Very good.
And it was I think it was SDL's idea that was implemented by our good friend Chrissy. Chrissy.
Speaking of Chrissy, have you seen the new SDL kits, the retro kits that have been coming out now?
Yeah, mate, they are looking fantastic. And we've when they do arrive, I think me and you are gonna grab a few. We're gonna bring them on the show, and we're gonna wear them, and it's gonna be awesome. So yeah, definitely. I think
gonna have to wear one on a game too.
Shout out to Chrissy doing an amazing job with the designing side of things, and KS Designs, I think it is called. that's working with SDL on this. So free shout out there. We'll have to get her on the show. We'll have to. She's a female goalkeeper working at doing her thing at Forey now. So I haven't really chatted to her. But I probably need to. We're going to get in touch. We're going to bring her on the show. Screw it. We've made the decision.
Done.
It doesn't matter if she says no. We're bringing her on.
Yes, who's on the show?
But that's awesome, man. I can't wait for the goalkeeper battle to happen. That's probably when we finish this episode, I'm probably gonna sign up and
do it, mate. Do it.
Yeah. But yeah, that is
awesome. And what we've said this before, but what I love about the Keeper Wars is obviously, you know, competing against fellow goalkeepers, and it is just a day for goalkeepers. But it's the support. You know, it's not just the senior guys have been, you know, put up on a pedestal and like everyone watch these guys, but everyone watches the juniors, everyone watches the women. Like everyone's there to help everyone. Everyone's friendly, everyone's having a laugh. Heaps of banter with the lads, with the senior lads.
Yeah, I love the banter. It's brilliant. Yeah, and it's a special day, and I think it's a special day for the special people that are between the sticks, and I think it's a great way to get out, and it's you know, even if you're not a goalkeeper, you know, why not give it a try? You know, come on down. Yeah. You know, you might like it. Give it a try.
Might be as crazy as us.
once you go goalkeeper, you end up in a wheelchair.
You don't go, man. I'll tell you what, I was watching just like goalkeeping in general.
Yeah,
I was typed in the best goalkeeper saves on YouTube.
As you do.
And I didn't specify what sport.
Right, okay.
And the ice hockey came up.
Oh, yes.
Some of the saves there. And I tell you what, mate, some of those saves are incredible. Like I know, like people say, oh yeah, but it's a small goal and they're all padded up.
But the puck's tiny.
It is tiny.
And it moves so quick.
You can't even, like when you watch it live on TV.
Yeah.
If you got 4K, Ultra HD, whatever they've got.
You can still struggle to see it.
Yeah. Even if you've got big, massive Coke bottle glasses, you couldn't even see. You know, it's incredible, some of those saves.
Yeah, and it's impressive. I do agree, and I think that's definitely something that we're going to have to try on the channel. I definitely think that it would be funny as hell. Me and you getting some. What was that?
Can you ice skate?
I can skate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. I'm not like a pro skater or anything like that, but I can. But I can definitely put some skates on and do a bit of skating. I've been to the rink a few times, and
I think if I was to compare myself to a skater, I think I'd be one of the bash boys off Mighty Ducks. I'm not a very good skater. In between the ears, but I'd love to do it. I'd love to do just for one game or a training session and hopefully get all padded up.
Yeah,
just got to try it, mate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Get the GoPro out, bring the camera out, and absolutely film some YouTube because I reckon it'd be absolutely awesome, and I think it'd be funny as hell too.
Oh yeah, and definitely get the ambulance on standby just in case one of us get hurt.
Oh, just in case, I can imagine you being like a Happy Gilmore, like he's broken legs. I'm the only guy ever to take off his boot and try to stab someone with it.
Or try and do the knuckle puck from the goals.
Yeah. Oh, good man. I
think we should. Or on wrapping up though, Tommy.
Yeah.
So you guys have got. Who have you got? You got Kelmscott.
We have
home.
Yeah, we have Kelmscott at home this week. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting. Game. What about you, mate?
We have Wanneroo, so we've got top of the table clash. Well, top of the table, not a clash because we're at the bottom. We've got top of the table. And look, it's going to be really interesting.
Look, at the end of the day, mate, when you verse a team like Wanneroo, they're a very similar side to Caramar. They're a very physical side, but they are very skillful on the ball. You have to be on your game. You have to be. Your team has to be up for it. But at the end of the day, when you're in Curtin's spot at the moment, sitting in unfortunately in last spot against a team like Wanneroo who hasn't lost a game and they're sitting in first spot, you have got nothing to lose.
Well, I'm just looking like at the, because as goalkeepers, I always look at the goal difference.
Yeah.
And like Wanneroo have got 10 for a goal difference.
Yeah.
And then I go down the ladder, like, you know, Kingsley 7, Joondalup 6, Carrington 3,
Yeah.
Carama 2, you guys at 1.
Yeah.
And then it all goes into minus. So like Mum -4, Balga -4,
Yeah.
Morley -1, Gosling's -2, Kelm's got -14, and we're at -4.
Yeah. So
and sitting on 1 point.
yeah. So your conceded average is not bad.
And we're scoring goals too, which is good.
Which is good. So, mate, you'll be in with a shout. All you need to do is just keep it tight at the back. No stupid stuff. Keep it tight. And what we found with Wanneroo was just being patient and you know, not playing their game, play your game. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
it is away. They do have a nice pitch out there, actually.
Wanneroo's got a really nice setup, mate, over there, and they're playing well at the moment. So it's going to be a really tough day for you. But you know, like I said, you've got nothing to lose, so you just go out there, have a good time, and kick some ass.
There's potentially us. If we win on the weekend, there's potential of us jumping to, say, 9th or 8th position, depending on results.
Mate, yeah, it's funny because you've got a friend of yours that's just hit onto the live stream, mate. Michael Phillip. You might know him.
Yes, the coach down, or the old coach down at Curtin. So
yeah, mate. He just said tough game, Yatesy. So he's just coming into the stream, mate.
Good to have you there, Mike.
Yeah. So no, mate.
He'll be happy because United won. So you see.
Yeah, of course he will. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his young one plays as well. I think they both play on Sundays, and they've been kicking a few goals. So
yeah,
I think
awesome.
we give some goalkeepers some tough times when they get older.
Awesome. All right, man. I think that's good for one day.
That's us done, eh?
Awesome. Yeah, that's been really good. Thank you very much for joining us on the live stream. Thank you very much for joining us on the podcast. I've been Tommy Gun.
That'll make me Yatesy.
And this has been Inside Six Yarns, guys. Take care, stay safe, and good luck on the weekend. Woo!